For them, don't get it twisted. They prided on not learning certain things.
If man go and breed a white thing, and then that you goes and breeds a white thing, and then that you goes and breeds a white.
Yeah, that's it.
By the time done, you're not even there no more. Like, remember what thing he was talking about as well? Them sort of people are the ones catching sickle cell. They look white, but they've had black, clean.
Yeah, it's a genetic.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Even podcasts, this would have gone to waste in that generation. None of them would have done it.
They never had time.
No,
They didn't have time.
Their podcast will last 10 minutes.
No.
Their podcast will last 10 minutes, talk about their life. Life story in 10 minutes.
No, I don't believe that.
But they never had the time. They were at
That's what I'm
work
saying. They
doing
would've
3-4
waste.
jobs.
Who would have got to waste on who?
Because there was no time to even to sit down and
They
even.
just wouldn't even talk.
But
Anyway.
saying that, you
Even
know.
Our parents and that.
Yeah, podcasts
Nah,
wouldn't
do you
make
know
sense.
what, yeah?
Nah.
Do you know what, yeah? I'm not
They
going to
say,
lie
they
to
say,
you.
a woman don't talk about business. My mum, anyway, she definitely was.
They're in
my
your
mum was
dirty
definitely-
laundry.
But we all know, yeah, that the parents or the grandparents, because it's still our parents who are the grandparents of our kids, are our kids that you don't even know my mum. This is not the mum that raised me. Who you're back chatting and running, making all this noise and sweets everywhere. I don't know that life. Like, so they would have, like, they just.
No, but I mean, knowing that this podcast, bro, there's a
Talk
camera
about it
rolling,
in
you know. We're in flow, but there's a camera rolling. This is going out to the
Don't
world.
think our parents.
They would have.
Don't think our parents were. You just didn't see. We did see them when we were kids, but when they were enjoying themselves, they were the bossiest. They still had their
No,
dance
but it
moves.
was like it was indoor. Like
They
do you
wouldn't
know
be
what?
on.
They
They
weren't
wouldn't be
airing
on.
their
I don't
dirty
think they'd be on
laundry.
It
this.
wouldn't be on
I don't
this.
think they'd be on this.
Do you know
Like,
what?
there's
yeah.
a-
Definitely not my people, anyway.
Mind people.
Nah.
There's a
Definitely.
company
My
called
nanny
hospital
would
rooms.
beat
I don't know
me.
if you heard of them.
Say that again.
There's a company called hospital rooms. They go into mental health rooms and mental health
No.
wards and they paint it and like change it
Yes, yeah.
up. I met the owner and he invited me to like Springfield, the hospital one,
Oh,
just
wow.
to see
Yeah.
what he's. But what? Can't he
No,
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 it's
no,
fine.
go
Go
on.
on.
He invited me to Springfield, the hospital, just to see how they've redesigned it, yeah? And there was a woman there. She was like in her 50s, 60s. And I'm talking to him about like the sectioning experience and what's about that. And she come up to me afterwards and she was like, I got sectioned 30 years ago when I was younger and I've never uttered it out to anyone. And I was just watching you talking about it and it don't make sense to me because that's something that we used to like talk
Shone.
about in our living rooms.
Yeah.
So like that must have looked mad to her from her generation because she couldn't compute like, why are you chatting about this?
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Ain't you embarrassed?
ain't you embarrassed? And then like she started talking about her experience and it gave her that. So imagine 30 years.
She's been holding
She's
that.
been like holding it and
Yeah.
it probably didn't
And
seem that
feeling
mad
shame.
because like her circle will probably, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And she got to speak about it and she said, thank you.
See, for me, yeah, I just think there's two things people preserve, older people, is one is knowledge and the second is experience. So if when I came into podcasting, what it was, people were saying on Twitter, you need to do your own podcast, you need to, or whoever the combination is, you and Funky, you and Spirit, there's a but you see me, if when people ask me, if you were going to do one, what would you do? I can't think of someone better to do a podcast with than my mum. I don't know anybody more knowledgeable. I don't know anybody with more experience.
Would she be on it though?
No, whether she's on it, she probably wouldn't be, or she, you know what I mean?
I tried to get, remember that single mother song I said I got? I tried to get my mum in it.
No, but this,
Yeah,
but
mum
my
said-
point
And
is
my mum
though.
said, can't your auntie do it? And I was like, but my auntie's not my mum. It
No,
don't
but
make
my
sense.
point is, yeah, my point is that like, that's what's been broken. The knowledgeable are not the ones that we listen to and speak to in our community anymore.
Tricky done a podcast with his dad.
Look how that affected culture. Everyone was responsive to that. But the parents have to be, they got to know their
Mark's done
role.
one with his mum. I saw that one.
Oh, did she
Yeah.
have a
That was a
book or
good
something?
one.
She was promoting the book?
Yeah, it would be good to
That
talk
was
with our
actually a good
teachers,
one.
bro.
No,
like,
definitely.
and I like,
but they have to be willing to.
yeah, Andrew, because remember, what we also have to remember is that our generation is very talkative. You're talking to a lot of people outside of your friendship group. That generation isn't. So there's some things that I don't. You can't talk for nobody in it, but that generation of parents, if they face those certain things, or even when I talk to my mum, I can talk to her about things way back then now, and we can even reach an understanding now, because she's even looking at herself different to them times. In the thick of it, there's no time for looking at yourself, especially from a kid. How you even a kid telling me anything about being a man? You don't know. But now we're at this age, and when we talk, we can go back and see that, you know, you was always a kid that had questions, or the children have grown into men now, innit? So some of the questions or conversations, you can articulate better now, innit? How
Definitely.
come Jesus is white? How comes their skin like lambs? And they can't just give you the box of don't blaspheme and straight. I grew up that way there.
I agree.
Like, you know what I mean? So now when we conversate, I can put points across to my mum that she will actually give me the respect of thinking about with enough depth to, I mean, don't just because that's your religion or your mum done this one. No, mum, really understand what he's saying, and we can.
But if you can have that, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, but before people were
doesn't
scared
really
to
go like
agree.
that.
I feel like that age group was scared to agree with anything our age group was saying.
Do you know what I think it is? They're stuck in that adult to child relationship. So they're always seeing you as a child. If you can get them to look at you as an adult, that's when you get the adult to adult conversation. But a lot of the times it's like, you can't talk to me because I'm the mum, or you can't do this
Yeah, what
because
do you
I'm
know
the
about
dad, or
anything?
what do you,
No,
because they're
that's
stuck
up
in the
until a certain age. My mum dealt with me like an adult from long time.
adult to child.
I could talk to my mum like an adult from a long time.
Yeah, but not everyone has that. I think a lot of that, like a lot of that generation is adult to child.
From I went jail and all that, I came out and me and my mum could have them
But
conversations.
to tell the truth, even though there were 6 of us, and I would say not at these later ages now, because my sisters talk to my mum a lot more, and there's a different relationship in the house. So I was more of the talkative one in it, or my brother wasn't as talkative as me, and there's a difference between being talkative and being able to talk to the person. Because I still think like the closest I'll speak to my mum is if I'm in jail. Like, or because you're not going to write her on road and you're not going to do anything. But we'd sit down and talk if she's got an issue. But when you say talking, I'm talking about what you've got an issue with, and talk to. So you would more talk through energy. Like if I'm going through some stuff, I don't have to say anything to my mum. I could just see by her actions that she's preying. Something's going in it. Unless you're going mad and she can see, all right, you're running in the kitchen drawer to go out, she's going to deal with you direct. But if you're sad or something like that, my mum's even playing music and that, you might think, Mum, you're going, you know, this is making it worse. You're trying to, but she's trying to make to, you know what I mean, but without speaking to you about it, you know?
And that's their way of trying, because they don't have the language, the professional, they don't know. So that's their way of trying to like, my mum did the same.
So right about the prison thing though. Like, because, that's when me and my mum built a proper relationship.
I agree with that. My mum used to come see me on visits.
Like what it's like what he was saying beforehand. Like you don't really talk to your mum. Like
this is one of her greatest fears. That's
my
why.
mum, by the time she comes home, remember she's a teacher. She's got to do her homework or whatever. Not homework, sorry.
Marking,
I used to help her sometimes. Smart. She's not allegedly. She's dead in it. Like.
I never said alleged. I never said that.
I
I'd never say that.
No,
That's
man.
your type of terminology. I would never say that about someone's mum.
Obviously, she shouldn't have let me help her in it. That's why I thought you were saying it.
Yeah.
You know, she shouldn't have let me help her. She's supposed to do it. I could be getting it wrong.